I'm getting loaded. So if you hear banging around in the background, sorry, not sorry, I'm doing my job. Well, I'm not doing my job because I'm not the one putting the stuff on the trailer, but I'm here getting loaded. Okay. Um, I'm very fresh faced this morning. I did do my skincare routine. I do try to do my skincare routine even though I'm on the road because I am acne prone, unfortunately. And if I even go a day, let it be 2 days max without washing my face, that is a big problem. That's a big no-no. And as some of you guys know, right now I'm kind of doing regional driving. So I'm gone throughout the week. So from like Monday to Friday, I'm gone. Sleeping in the truck, delivering. Usually I'm running from Buffalo to Kentucky or Buffalo to like Massachusetts area and back, So that's what I've been doing for now because I never had OTR experience and I'm in my second year of trucking, so I feel like I just need to get the experience of what it's like to be on the road. And honestly, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Like, I'm okay with it. There are good times and there are bad, just like it is with any job. So I can't complain, but I had an idea. I just had a thought pop into my head a while ago because I always come to these places and they never expect a little girl. That's what they call me, a little girl. I'm not a little girl. I'm almost 27 years old, but still, I guess the fresh face got them thinking I'm like 17 driving a truck, which is illegal, but whatever. Whatever people think, I let them think it. Whatever people believe, I let them believe it. People think I'm 22, 23, and I'm a little girl. That's what you believe, then that's what it is. If you think I'm whatever, then that's what it is. That's what you believe, that's what it is. I'm not going to fight nobody. I ain't arguing. So I get a lot of people who make assumptions about me on the road, especially when I reach like the warehouses and I'm dealing with shippers and receivers. And it's all male environment. And the energy that I get is just, it's funny. It's just so funny. Like, it's such a unique position to be in because not only am I female, but I'm young and I take care of myself. So I am attractive. It's not like I'm, overweight and, well, I probably am a little bit overweight, but it's not like, I'm out of shape and, unhealthy and don't take care of myself or, any of that stuff. I really do my best to take care of myself because regardless of trucking, I'm a woman and I like to take care of myself. Hygiene is important to me. Looking good is important to me. Let me just throw in that I did work in retail for 5 years before I decided to become a truck driver. So looking good and being fashionable still matters to me. I'm from New York City. We just like to dress up. Okay, so even though I'm doing labor job technically, right? It's considered a labor field. I still like to jazz it up. So even though like I got on sweatpants, I got on these nice like ruched leg patterns and just the regular top. See, I'm a little bit chunky, but it's okay. It's okay. I've been having bagels lately. But at the end of the day, like I like to just feel feminine. That's what it is. I like to still be a girl even though I'm doing the job because I don't feel like I need to lose my identity just to fit in because I don't fit in and I don't want to because no matter what I do, I would never fit in just because I'm a young female, okay? I'm a young female doing this job. I'm never going to fit in. The majority is males and it's white males. So I'm never going to fit in. And I've come to accept that and learn to deal with the backlash that I get and the extra attention that comes with it because oftentimes people are just amazed, or just surprised, like they don't expect it, so they don't know how to react. That's fine, but it's not a big deal. Me driving a truck is actually not a big deal. Anybody who's serious about it can do it. You know what I'm saying? It just takes focus. It takes learning from your mistakes. Okay, time management, efficiency, and caring for other people on the road. Like if you want to be good at this job, you have to give a fuck about other people. Like you got to care about your reputation. You got to care about your shippers and your receivers. You got to care about your carrier. You got to care about your dispatch. You got to care about, there's a train over here. So it's a lot going on right now. You know, you just have to be professional and care about the way that you do your job. That's with any job though. So although I might look how I look, I still take my job seriously. It's still important that I get to places on time or early. It's still important that I communicate my needs, or communicate if something's going wrong, or if I made a mistake. Communication is the biggest thing, right? Either way, this job is just amazing to me. Sometimes I hate it and sometimes I love it. The only times I hate it is when I feel really lonely, you know, because it can be lonely being in the truck by myself. You know, I'm here by myself. My bag is my truck mate, you know. I don't have anybody here with me. And then also to be one of the only females, or one of the small number of females in this field, I can't relate to most of my peers because they're men. And I can, but still there becomes a boundary that comes up between us, because males perceive things differently than I do. What I value in my job is actually different from what men value in their job. A lot of them care more about money and time, whereas for me, I care about time too, but I also really care about safety. I also care about the joy of driving, the joy of doing the job and driving properly. Like, I actually care about driving etiquette. I care about that kind of stuff. So a lot of these guys are just trying to get in and get out and get their paychecks. So somebody like me who's like, oh my God, this is so great. Like, let me put on my hazards while I come through here and do the speed limit of 10 miles. They're looking at me like, she is doing the most. Like, she's doing the most. And that's okay. That's okay, because I'm going to do what makes me happy anyways. Being a thorough person makes me happy. Doing things to a sense of completion makes me happy. So this job is rewarding. Every time I get a load off of me, I feel good. Like, okay, that's done. Don't have to worry about it. But I'm not like, oh, let me try to get this done and get as many loads as possible, blah, 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 so I can make the most money. There are times when I get like that, but not often. I enjoy the pace that I work at, and I'm thankful that I work with a carrier that allows me to work at my own personal pace, which is a little bit slower than most, not gonna lie. But yeah, like, I just get met with like a lot of weird attitudes from like the guys I meet. Like, some of them are happy to see me and be like, wow, like, I can't believe that you drive. I wish that my wife would drive, or I wish my sister would drive, or I wish my daughter would drive, or blah blah blah, and they be all proud. And I'm like, that makes me happy. Or when like I'm struggling to park and a driver actually gets out and helps me, that makes me, sometimes I have to ask for help, you know, because blindsiding is not something I like doing, especially not in a sleeper. In a day cab, okay, I can manage. Doing it in a sleeper cab, okay, now. And I've had to do so recently. So, you know, I was struggling, and an old guy in his Pete came out and helped me, and he was just the sweetest thing. And I'm like, people like that make the world so much brighter for me, because there was also another driver there who sat there and was watching me struggle and wouldn't help. But as soon as I got in, he was ready to just zoom right past me, you know, like. And that's with any trucker. This happens to all truckers. But you know, it's nice to be treated kindly by some of the people that I work with or encounter. I'm not always treated nicely by all of the people that I encounter. Sometimes I'm met with hostility or jealousy, and yes, it is possible for men to be jealous of women. Just weird attitudes that I feel are genuinely unwarranted, because me as a woman, in order to feel safe, I tend not to put out too much of a negative attitude, because what you put out is what you get. So when I'm going out into the world, I'm not going out there with no sour, mean attitude, because if I get that back, I might not be able to handle it. I'm out in some of these places by myself, surrounded by a bunch of guys. I don't know their intentions. I don't know what they're going through. I don't know where their mind space is. It's not in me to go around and be hostile. So when I receive hostility from people, it sometimes frightens me and discourages me. But that's okay, because I always bounce back. You know, and I've learned that with the negativity, there's a lot of positivity out here too. There's a lot of love out here. There's a lot of people who I can tell I inspire just by being me, doing what I do. And I'm thankful for that favor. I'm thankful for that. I'm so glad to be in that position. But there are also the people who feel like I don't deserve, or I shouldn't be in this position. And the fact that I'm happy doing it, or I look comfortable doing it, makes them even more upset. and they feel like I don't have the skills and I'm not worthy and blah blah blah. But if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it, especially for 2 years now. And mind you, 2 years before that, I was driving straight trucks. Okay, so and I've worked a variety of jobs. In the straight trucks, I was doing local, regional, but I had to load and unload and, use pallet jacks. I've operated forklifts before to, unload my own trailers and all that kind of stuff. So I have a variety of experience that makes me well-rounded. But when people look at me, they don't assume that. They assume she's pretty, everything must be handed to her. Like, the only reason she works for her job is probably because she's sucking the boss's dick. I feel like that's the energy that I get. Whereas it's funny because my boss, who may have had feelings for me or whatever the fuck he was going through, that's none of my business. At the end of the day, I'm here for work, and I don't play that shit, especially not with a married man. So it's not about who likes me and who don't like me. It's about, can I do the job? Do I do the job well? And a lot of people don't believe in me, and I've learned to not believe in them. I just let them go. Like, okay, you're gonna talk shit, or you're gonna be sarcastic, or you're gonna question me to see if I know what I'm doing. And okay, that's all right. But just like how you have that kind of energy towards me, I'm going to give it right back to you. And not in displaying it through my attitude, but I'm just going to reject you, And unfortunately, not a lot of people look at rejection as a negative thing. But when you personally use rejection as a spiritual maneuver in rejecting people's energy, you get to be free. Because you don't care what people think. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what they say, what they think, or who they are. Because as long as in your mind you reject them, they've shown you something in them that makes you say, okay, I don't want this in me. You reject them. Out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm not going to sit here and accept degradation or condescending opinions or thoughts or talk from people. I don't have to accept that, so I don't. I reject them. If that's how you're gonna approach me, then okay. I'm not gonna sit here and let you get to me like that. Let you touch my core like that when I had to go through what I had to go through to get to this point. And I wasn't put here by a man. I was put here by myself and by God. So I let people think what they want to think. I love letting people think what they want to think. That's how, that's how man has the ability to fail themselves or rise themselves up to the standard that they want to be. The way that you think is who you are. If you think of me poorly or based off of some false assumption, then you must think of yourself poorly. Has nothing to do with me. Has nothing to do with me. Because oftentimes, if people would just ask the right questions, they would get answers. But people don't like to humble themselves enough to actually ask a question and listen for the answer. People would rather assume so that they can validate their egos or whatever beliefs they already have. And I'm not into that. I let people think what they want to. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to check in for today. I'm feeling pretty decent. It's nice today. The sun is starting to wane now, but it's nice today. I'm about to head back out to Massachusetts, come back home, and move out of my apartment into my new apartment, which I'm so happy about because I'm about to be saving money and I'm going to be living with my brother and my sister. And at least when I'm home, I won't be lonely because I'm already lonely on the road. So now I'm happy that my brother and my sister are going to be living with me so we can have fun. Very happy about that. I know, I feel like I should be starting a family, but instead I'm just rekindling my old family because my love life, I don't know, this job, my attitude, my depression, my love life has just not been working out. So I'm just going back to my brother and my sister. We going to kick it until God figure that part out because I can't. I'm been single for forever. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if God's just not yet. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to just chill and I'm going to take the good moments as they come. Amen to that. Peace.